Hey, good morning, friends. Scott Brookins here. Hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you may be in whatever time of day you're watching this. So today's topic or question and title is Today is, and then you fill in the blank. And so when you think of today, now I'm recording this on a Monday morning. And so typically Monday mornings are the worst day of the week for most people. I've read, statistics, in articles and on the internet. And of course, on the internet, 90% of statistics are all made up. And I just made up that figure, but it's probably true. But the articles that I've read have stated that most people that don't like what they do for a living, Sunday night, they don't sleep too well because they start thinking about Monday morning having to go back to work. Well, I hope that's not you. It's not me. It has been maybe at times years and years ago, but today is a new day. And I heard a saying one time that I thought was great. And it said, today is a gift. And that's why it's called a present. The present. See, we have the past and we can't do anything to change the past. We can learn from it, but we can't change anything. And then we have the future and we're not there yet. So all we have is today. Today is the present, right? And I love that. Today is a gift, and that's why they call it the present. And so I hope that maybe will change your thinking a little bit. Hey, Tim, good to see you, buddy. Appreciate it. Hey, and I want us just to remind us not to miss out on what God has us to do today. I've had jobs in my life years ago when I was in college. I was a bank teller at a couple different banks and credit unions and savings and loans back then. And there were days that I just couldn't stand being there. I was the youngest. I was 21, 20-ish years old. I was the only guy. They were all mainly married women, some older. There was a couple older single ladies. And then all the bank officers were guys that made fun of me because I was working on a college degree in accounting, and this job was not what I wanted to do the rest of my life. And so these bank officers made fun of me because I was the new guy and I was the only guy. And the ladies kind of treated me like their little son, and I didn't like that at the time. And sometimes I'd go to work after going to school or I'd have classes in the evening, and I would just watch the clock and just dread being there. And I got to a point where, I don't know if it was my dad telling me, and it probably could have been, or just reading this, or maybe having a revelation of some smarts, but to enjoy the time. This wasn't what I was going to do the rest of my life, but it's what I was doing now. And it was paying my bills. It was allowing me to pay rent on an apartment and buy food and gas for my car. And this was where I was, and to enjoy it. And so I started to do that. I started to learn as much as I could about the job. I helped other people. I knew where every department was in the bank. And I got to be kind of the go-to guy. If someone had a question of what happened in a transaction or the process, I knew what it was. And that job became so enjoyable because it was dealing with people, and I love to deal with people. And it made the time go faster. And it just made me realize that, we're supposed to enjoy where we're at. And no matter what job you're in or business you're in right now, maybe things might not be going well or relationship, but today is the best day we have. We're not guaranteed tomorrow. And so I want to read a quote that I read the other day, and I didn't memorize it. And so I just want to read this to you. And it says, "Don't miss out on what God has for us to do today. When we work hard at whatever God has given us for today, it pleases Him, and it makes it more fulfilling for us." And so I hope you'll try to have a fulfilling day. Wherever you're at, make it the best day. Work hard, do your best, have integrity, have ethics, be the best that you can be at whatever position and that you're at right now. And it'll make a difference in your life. It'll make the day more fulfilling. It'll make the day go quicker. You'll impact people's life. You'll please God, and it'll just make our job, our day more enjoyable. And so I hope you'll maybe rethink your Monday mornings if this affects you, or maybe your Tuesday, Wednesdays, whatever it might be, that today is the day that the Lord has made, and let us rejoice and be glad in it, from Psalm 118, verse 24. And so we can't change the past. We can learn from it. We can't change it. We don't want to live there anymore. We can't get to the future yet, so we can't live in the future. We can have our goals and our dreams, but today is the present. It's a gift, and that's why it's called the present. And so I hope you'll like and share this. I hope this will impact your life. It has for me, and I hope you'll have an amazing day and go inspire others to do the same. God bless.